Once upon a time, in the eastern part of Nigeria, in Umuoma village in Igbo land, there lived a widow named Adanma. Her husband had passed away many years ago, and now she was left alone with her only son, Obina. Every day she worked hard in her small garden, growing yams, maize, and cassava to feed herself and her son. But food was becoming scarce, and Adanma's hands were tired. One day, news came that a rich merchant named Nana was passing through the village. He had gold jewelry, fine clothes, and many cows. The villagers said he had the power to help anyone who needed it. Adanma thought, if I could ask him for a little help, perhaps my son and I could survive another year. The next morning, Adanma walked to the village square, where the rich merchant was holding court. Her heart pounded in her chest. She had heard that Nana was a kind man, but also very proud. Would he help a poor widow like her? When she reached him, she bowed respectfully and said, "Great merchant, I am Adanma. I have heard of your wealth and wisdom. I humbly ask for your help. My garden has failed and my son is hungry. If you could spare a little food, I would be forever grateful." Nana smiled but didn't immediately respond. He looked Adanma up and down, his eyes sharp and calculating. "I am a busy man," he said, "but I will help you on one condition." Adanma's heart skipped a beat. "What is the condition, sir?" And Nana leaned forward, his voice low and clever. "I will give you food, but only if you can solve a riddle. If you answer correctly, I will give you enough to last for the year. If not, you will leave with nothing." Nana smiled again and said, "Here's the riddle, Adanma. What is the thing that grows without roots, gives without hands, and can make you rich or poor?" Adanma stood still, thinking hard. She knew that this was not just about food, it was about more than that. She closed her eyes for a moment and thought about her life, the things that truly mattered. And then it came to her. "Wisdom," Adanma said softly. Nana raised an eyebrow. "What did you say?" "Wisdom," Adanma repeated with confidence. "Wisdom is the thing that grows without roots because it can be passed down from one person to another. It gives without hands because it comes from the heart. And it can make someone rich not with gold, but with knowledge, or poor if they lack it." Nana stood there, his eyes wide. He had expected the widow to guess wrong, to fail. But Adanma had answered the riddle perfectly. For the first time, he looked at her not as a poor woman, but as someone wise and strong. "You are a clever woman, Adanma," he said with respect in his voice. "You have earned more than just food. I will give you a herd of goats, a basket of yams, and enough money to start a small business. But there is one more thing I want from you." Adanma's heart raced, but she stood tall. "What is it, sir?" Nana smiled. "Teach me the wisdom you have, for I have much gold, but it is wisdom that I seek." From that day, Adanma and Nana became unlikely friends. She taught him the wisdom that had kept her going through hardship, the value of patience, humility, and sharing. She showed him that true wealth wasn't in gold or cows, but in the strength of community and the generosity of spirit. Nana, once a proud and selfish man, learned that the greatest riches were not material, but in kindness and understanding. And Adanma, though she still had little by the world's standards, became a rich woman in the eyes of all who knew her. The village threw a celebration in honor of Adanma's wisdom and her kindness in sharing it with others. Inanna, now a changed man, contributed a beautiful drum for the village ceremonies and promised to help any villager in need. Adanma smiled as she watched the people around her dance and sing. And as the fire burned brightly that night, the widow and